Hey guys, this is Jay Wolf from Custom Traktor Control. Today we're going to give you a brief overview of the Mashine Mikro mapping that we put together for Brandon. Really cool project, kind of incorporated like everything on this one micro machine. Would be awesome with any other controller or CDJs or turntables. So let's take a look at some of the controls. First off, you'll notice that we have a browse page here where we can browse tracks. Using control. This is going to be our shift button for most everything. Using the encoder, we can browse the tree, and we can just cycle through the different layouts. We can load track A, load track B right from here. The next page is going to be for deck A. We're going to have transport controls for all 4 decks. So we've got play, sync, flux mode, and then we're going to have looping, so we can adjust the loop size. To engage the loop, you press down on the encoder, and again to disengage, you press the encoder again. When you hold the shift or the control button, we're going to be able to seek through the track at whatever the loop size is at. So if we set it to 32, you can see we can seek pretty quickly here, or relatively small depending on what size. So again, that's the same on all 4 decks, except actually on deck C and D. This knob here is going to be it's going to be loop, or I'm sorry, not loop, but page. It's going to move the page for the remix deck, and I'll show you that when we jump into the remix decks. So then we have our Hotcues here for deck A on this side, 8 Hotcues, deck B on this side, 8 Hotcues. So you normally would play them. And we hold down the erase button to delete Hotcues. Before we jump into the mapping too much more, only the buttons lit up really have functions aside from this bottom row here. These will all have functions in the remix deck, and then we'll have a beat phase indicators on these. These beat phase are also going to be a sync button, so if you see the lights blinking out of phase, you can hit one real quick and you can get everything back in sync. Up top here we have the sampling, which is going to be your snap on and off, and quantize on and off. So let's show you, so we'll go to deck A, play the track. Let me show you what we've got. Group 1, Hotcues for A and B. This is going to be effects for A, effects for B, effects for C, effects for D, and then remix deck C and remix deck D. So let's go to the effects page. So we've got, turn on the snap. So we've got turntable stop, beat masters, different increments, gator, 2 gators, stretch, delay T3, filter LFO, digital lo-fi. The longer you hold down on the lo-fi, the more the effect you'll get. Reverb, same with the reverb, the longer you hold it, the more the effect you'll get. Above that, we're going to have a echo out, or echo freeze at 1/4, 1/8, 1/16. And as soon as you let go, it's disengaged. This is the only toggle one. This one is a momentary. And the 16th is only engaged if you have the toggle on or the 8th on. And again, once you release it, it turns it off. Up here we have the wormhole. And right next to that is I believe this is a scissor, but it's also tied to your tempo fader, so it will slow the beat down. Really cool for build-ups and drops. As soon as you release it, the tempo fader jumps back up to where it was. The effects are all laid out so that they all work really well together in the order that they are through the effects units too. That way you get the turntable stop at the end of the beat match. You'll notice some other Easter eggs hidden in there too. That's all I'm going to cover for now. So again, we have the effects A, B, C, and D, and those are all the same per deck, and they're going to immediately turn it on for that deck and turn it off for every other deck when you're using them, and that's how the instant gratification style effects work. So let's stop this deck here. So remix deck C here. Pads, they're orange when they're playing, and they flash when they're waiting. Pretty standard. And we can scroll the pages with using the encoder now, so we can on page 2, page 3, and there's no samples, so that will stop the pads. Back on page 1, we've got mutes right here, so you hold down the mute button and you can take out each slot individually. The button up at the top here is going to be the monitor, your effects, and the punch, as well as the key. So this is a key. The second one down is going to be your effects on or off, your monitor on or off, or your punch on and off. So that's slot 1, and we can turn it on for all of our slots. The second one down is going to be your loop or one shot. So we can change this one to a one shot. In fact, let's stop everything else. I just want to show you. So go back up to page 1. So right now, at the sample, let's change the view too so we can see it. So right now it's set as a loop. Holding on the pattern button, we can change the type from loop to one shot. And then we can also change it by holding down pad mode. We can change it from a trigger to a gate. So now it's a gate and it only plays when you have it held down. So all you have to do is hold down this for loop or one shot and press any pad. The pad mode button is going to do the gate and trigger. Just press it on any pad. Other controls for the remix decks are, of course, you get the erase, so we can erase cells. We can record and capture. So I just captured from deck A because that's how mine's set up right now. And your play is going to be the reverse modifier for each deck. I think that's pretty much it. We're going to have remix deck C, which is the same deal. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Just want to make sure I'm covering everything. Again, your beat phase, press them real quick, and now you're in sync. Yeah, check out the button mapping layout. We'll go over in detail what everything actually does. Post comments if you guys have any troubles. Let me know. I'll try and fix it as fast as I can. But thanks for checking out the video, Brandon. I hope you enjoyed the mapping. Thanks for getting the micro to us so we could actually make this for everyone. Yeah, and I'll see you guys next time.